We meet needs. We intervene to accommodate needs of children. We help guarantee success in school. We make hope possible. We are Community Storehouse.
I began with the Community Storehouse in the year 2000. Community Storehouse was founded in 1982 by a couple of women in the area and some ministers. They saw a need for families needing food and clothing and limited financial aid. When I came on in 2000, it was run by all volunteers, and I was a first paid staff member. And my goal then was to work with families with children to ensure that these children would get their educations. So we began a partnership with both the Keller Independent School District and the Northwest Independent School District. And what happens is that the nurses and the counselors from those campuses contact us directly, and they refer the children to us because they know what these children are going through. They've been meeting with the families and understand their circumstances.
We serve the community in many different ways. Our client services is one of them. Client services offer comprehensive care for families experiencing sudden emergency crisis situations. Our case managers assess each family's entire situation to create a well thought out and effective plan in order to rebuild that family. Every family and situation is different and may require different levels of help and assistance. Our client services are here to provide on all of those levels. For adults and families, we provide food, clothing, shelter, medical assistance, and classes to guide and counsel on budgeting and self-responsibility. We offer additional services for our kids. In addition to the basic food, clothing, and medical, we offer school supplies, a summer lunch program that is held in June, July, and August while kids are out of school, and we also have a lending library and reading encouragement programs that get these kids actively involved in learning, because education for our children means a better future for our community.
Over the years, we've seen a huge growth. When I came on in 2000, we helped about 200 children a year. And in 2010, we provided over 12,000 services to children in crisis that needed our assistance.
I'm particularly passionate about the summer reading program, where we bring in children between the first and second grade who are kind of on the bubble from a reading level perspective. Studies have shown that that is really when kids are going to make or break from a reading perspective, and that really impacts their ability to be successful all through their lives. And so, in conjunction with the Northwest and Keller Independent School Districts, we identify children who are at risk during that time period, and during the summer sponsor a reading camp for them, where it's not just reading. We teach them manners, and they play games, and they do a lot of great things. But we're able to up their reading level over the summer, and it really puts them on a springboard for success for the rest of their lives. I think it's a fabulous program. It's just a great example of some of the things that the Storehouse does for the kids in our community. So I work at Sabre Holdings in Southlake, just down the road from the Roanoke office of Community Storehouse. I'm particularly proud of Sabre Holdings' involvement with the Storehouse, and it's grown steadily through the years. Sabre supports the Storehouse in a couple of very substantial and distinct ways. Internally, Sabre has two programs. Their Give Time Together program, where employees in Sabre Holdings throughout the world are encouraged to volunteer and provide volunteer work during a specific time of the year, but throughout the year in general. And Sabre has been fabulous about getting groups together to come out and volunteer at different Storehouse locations and different Storehouse events. The second Sabre program is their Give Together program, where Sabre Holdings actively raises money for specific charities. And in that capacity, Sabre has an event every year that specifically benefits the Storehouse. The corporation matches the funds that the employees raise. And in addition, Sabre Holdings matches donations that employees give directly to the Storehouse. So I'm really proud of the involvement of my company, and I think that story is repeated with several corporations throughout the school districts here. We have tremendous volunteer support from our community, as well as from corporations that reside in the area. That is the backbone of what we do, as well as financial contributions. Volunteers are very critical to our mission.
Well, we need healthy families to make a healthy community, and the community storehouse has always had a focus on children and making sure that they have the proper tools to get a good education so that they can become contributors to our society. Neighbors in a community, when they see other neighbors in need, they are so much more responsive and so much more effective than bureaucratic governmental entity. So what Community Storehouse does is absolutely fabulous. The formula they have is absolutely perfect for getting the most effective help to the people who have an essential need, and to do so quickly.
In every situation, we follow our guiding principles. We focus on being a Christ-centered agency. We conduct ourselves with dignity. We adhere to the highest ethical and moral standards. We are good stewards of every resource in our care, and we are here to serve others, meeting human needs in the community and beyond.
But without the community storehouse, these children would have nowhere to go. And so we need to ensure that we stay here and that we have a permanent facility so we're not at the mercy of landlords when we have to get up and move one of our facilities. So that is our goal over the next 2 to 3 years, is to be able to secure a building that we can purchase and that will be a facility owned by the community storehouse.
The needs in our community are constantly growing, especially when the economy is not at its best. And we cannot do this without our donors and our volunteers. There are so many ways to get involved and to help us meet these families' needs. Sponsors can participate in our 2 annual fundraising events, the Help for Today and Hope for Tomorrow dinner, and the Run in the Dark event. Volunteers have even more ways to plug in. We need volunteers 6 days a week in our daily operations of the food pantry, donation center, resale shop, administrative office, furniture pickups, food pickups, lending, library, and client services. In our experience, when you make an effort to help change somebody else's life, it always ends up changing yours. Contact Community Storehouse today to find out how you can make a difference. We are dedicated to the well-being and education of the children in our community. We are Community Storehouse.